Hey guys, it's Bella, and I took a poll today via Facebook asking people what they wanted me to speak about. And a lot of people said the Illuminati, or, music, pop culture. So I decided to talk about secret societies. And a secret society, if some people don't know, it is a concealed group from non members. Concealed means not seen, not heard. But somehow it's leaked, which is causing people to ask questions. Now, there are some groups that I'm going to name off for you. One is the Bilderberg group, which is a group of Germans, they say, that created a group that they're Protestants. So there's religion involved. There's a group called the Rosicrucianism, which are semi-Masonics. And then there's the Freemasons, which tie into the Rosicrucianisms. The Freemasons were created in 1717. And there's something while I was reading that struck my attention. It said the Scottish Rite. And I thought about slavery and the Scottish and the Dutch, and more, but mainly the Scottish and the Dutch, started the slave trade. And they brought it to America, so it's all turns into how America is like, they have a lot of secret societies, which secret societies are big secret gangs. Gangs like the Bloods and the Crips, but they're more secret with their things. Like, they're more, let's do it secretly, So it's not like, oh, we're going to go up to them and shoot them and just create a bad image, So it's like a huge secret gang. And then there's another group called the Skull and Bones, which was created in Yale, at Yale University. And they have a meeting place called the Tomb, where they do rituals. They don't have to be like mass, like speaking different language rituals. I mean, it's just like they chant things and all that. Now to the main one, which is Illuminati, which I know people have seen them do this and then put it over their eye, or like this and then put the eye over it. But if you think about it, you've seen this in places like your money, and the money is ran by the government. And if you see that, that must mean it's something bigger than just music, but it is in music. So we're going to talk about that as well. So the Illuminati, they say that many politicians are in it. And the reason why it's so popular, I believe, is because they say that it does not require a belief in a supreme being, which could be like a god or, like anything. Anybody's god. You know how a lot of religions have lots of gods, or some religions just have one god. Well, they don't require it. So that's smart on their part, because that attracts more people. That's why you have a lot of atheists in there. Not just saying that there's only atheists in there, but you have a lot of them. And they said, quote, that their goal is to overthrow religion. But I really, that's what they say. So maybe that's true. Who knows? But I'm gonna just give you guys little clips of what I've seen in articles already. So this first clip is about Dave Chappelle's father forewarning him before he dies. And we're going to get back to deaths of celebrities and deaths of celebrities' family members or spouses. Here's one right here.
I think you should go. He said, but name your price in the beginning. If it ever gets more expensive than the price you named, Get out of there. Thus Africa.
And he says, thus Africa, because later in the interview that he was having, he says that he goes there to escape from all the criticism and the propaganda. And if you don't know what propaganda is, it's a way to, it's media. Again, it's media, just like what I'm doing now, to get people on one side, but it's negative media, to get people on one side and to bash someone. And that happens a lot, which I'm going to get into later on in this video. Another part of this, Dave Chappelle talks about artists today and how they will have their heart broken.
I don't know about where art and corporate interests meet yet. Just prepare to have your heart broken. Like,
he's talking about how art, which is his job, like he is a comedian, and that's what he loves to do. So he says that when art collides with corporate, somehow he says that their heart's gonna be broken. Like, what is that? Like, you think about it, what is that supposed to mean? And obviously, the audience was not paying attention. They weren't taking his words too seriously, because he says, prepare to get your heart broken. And it's a group of actresses and actors. And when he says that, they start laughing, because he is a comedian, and you can see it today. Like, even when a comedian doesn't say something that's like normally too funny, people still laugh. And that part was not that funny. It may have been funny because the way he said it, his enunciation, the way he crinkled up his face, you know, because Dave Chappelle is hilarious. The way he said that brought them to laughing, but his words, they were far from funny. He says that it's kind of like a controlled type thing. And we'll get to that again later, but when you do collide art with corporate, they, like the corporate, which he means is the Illuminati. In so many words, that's what I got from it, is that he means corporate is the Illuminati. And he gets into it later. And he was talking about how he had to do a film called Half Baked, which some people have seen that movie. I think it came out in 1999 or something. And it was starring him, so he's kind of up there right now. And he says that his father, the person that told him, when it gets too much than what you bargained for, to get out. He said that, and then, you know, his father starts getting sick, and he tells people in the audience in this interview that he was sitting by his dad's bedside, and corporate Illuminati calls him and says, we need you to come to LA, to fly to LA tonight, and we need to talk about your script. He says, man, I have some family issues right now. You know, I don't know whether he really said that his father was dying or not, but they said, no, we need you today. He says, can we do it some other day, like another day? I just need to be here. He says, no, we need you today. So they booked him a flight. He went down to LA, and then a couple of days or weeks later, his father dies. And he's not there to actually say anything to his father or anything. And he says that still bothers him till this day. That's not even all of it. And I have another video, another clip to show you guys.
Do you think, Michael, do you think it's murder?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it in the beginning, and I believe it to this day. You must remember, Michael told me repeatedly that they were going to kill him, that he was going to die.
And who did it?
And if you could only see LaToya's face, which is Michael Jackson's sister, LaToya's face is blank. It's like she just doesn't want to say what it is. And it might be out of fear. Who knows? But she does not say who did it. Even though she says that's her brother. So he's going to talk to her. And he says, they are going to kill me. One day they are going to kill me. And now he's dead. And later in that video, he's talking about how he's... Where does it say it? He's talking about how they influence him to do all these things, and he's sick and tired of the media misinterpreting what he's saying about they don't really care about us. He has that song, and he says this right here. He says, Jew me, sue me, don't you ever, everybody do me, I'm sorry, everybody do me. Like he's saying that, like it's just so much that he's doing, and they're just making it seem like he's out to be the bad guy. And that's when you can see a change in his songs from Thriller and all that stuff change to they don't really care about us, black or white, and you know, it's just a shift in what he's doing. But he claims that he had nothing to do with all the negativity at all. It was just all confusion. Which I'm going to bring up another clip. It's about Dave Chappelle saying that people tried to convince him that he is crazy. 6:17. Excuse me.
They're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid
And he's saying that they're trying to control you or discredit you. Like, why would Dave Chappelle really come out and say all these things if they're not true? In another clip, again, there's so many of them. Where is it?
I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah. The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in, the writer comes in, I think he's the writer, he's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail, so he disguises you as a prostitute.
And he talks about that for a while, saying that they try to kind of sort of degrade the image of a black male.